Is there a little trouble in paradise between Joe Budden and Ice? I feel like every time he start calling Ice Freeze, he like, yo, shut the hell up. That's what he really saying.
So she's in the news now in a story that I'm sure we'll get to at some point. But that story just broke.
But why?
Just listen.
Why? But Joe,
and even that, I do have a certain type of, pardon me, Mark, a certain type of sensitivity to speaking about any story with anybody's children.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Well, I was going to say, like, why would we report
I want
that
to be
story?
very clear on that. That's not a Rock Nation thing. Anybody story that include their kids and how they going about parenting or not parenting.
Wait.
I let that play out. I don't rush to get to that.
I can't let you do that.
Do it.
Oh,
We ain't do that with Brian McKnight, kids.
Stop it.
You didn't.
Stop it.
That is the truth.
My nigga,
Do you have another example?
I'm just giving you an example. You said any story with anybody's kids, you just let it play out. And we did not do that.
Brian McKnight.
And rest in peace.
Brian
because,
McKnight.
Nico
Williams gets to you
Ice ain't
later.
letting it go.
I hate when y'all do that. When we making like a profound point and y'all bring up something that's just ass cheek stupid.
what Joe basically said right there, y'all bringing up something that's just basically ass cheek stupid. He like, yo, I'm trying to clip for him, what they call it at Stream University, I learned. Clip for him. He was trying to clip for him, say, yo, I ain't speaking on this, blah, 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 blah. This is my statement directly from me to Akademiks. And then you leave it for Akademiks to rebuttal the statement. But instead, before he even finishes his point, Ice jumps in and throws in, yeah, but... So then all I got to do is be like, nah, yo, what your man just said, I ain't got to say nothing. Or he do now it's between Joe and Ice, instead of being Joe direct confrontation or direct response to Akademiks on why he don't speak to Rock Nation or about Rock Nation and Desiree Perez because he don't speak on that. Ice automatically throws in and like, damn, you just fucking threw, like you killed it. You killed my fucking momentum, which is Ice is famous for. Listen to Danny from the Stop. He did a lot of his video shows. Ice just like will kill a mood. Like Joe can't fucking toss a topic to them.
Brian McKnight denied kids and wanted nothing to do with his kids. I have a stance on that.
Dog,
I'm just telling you where I stand. I have a loud stance on people that want absolutely zero to do with their kids. Nor do I grant them the same rights and privileges as people who are trying to raise their kids.
There you go right there. So Joe just pushed his point down. He like, all right, boom. Still like, here we go. Like, here's my second climb up. You brought me down when I was about to make my point. So let me just finish your point. Now he just said, okay, that's different because Brian McKnight's not a good dad or he doesn't even accept his kids. So it's kind of like talking about 50 and his son. Like 50 don't even like that dude. It's like he a stranger to him. So it ain't like they got some crazy close relationship. Now maybe if it's Master P and Lil Romeo, then maybe he don't talk about it. If it's Blue Ivy and Beyonce, maybe he don't talk about it. You know what I mean? Like Desiree Perez trying to be a good parent, and it's like it's this whole thing about it that it might have been that her boyfriend was beating her, and maybe she was a victim of abuse, and she ain't want to go or know how to leave the relationship or something. Like some kids don't. I don't know how old her daughter is, but she was like, even if she was doing the wrong thing, she was kind of doing it for the right reason. So it's like a little, okay, leave it alone. What would I do having a daughter myself? Hey, if I think you getting your ass beat, I might put my private security in a billionaire company and look and see what's going on. And the moment I catch him, I'm like, ooh, yeah.
I'm lost.
Joe,
do you have another example outside?
I don't have another example. I just gave one. You said
so now let me get back to what
kids.
I'm saying about how I carry it with people and their kids, and then you can announce how you carry it. I hate this gotcha moment
it's
shit.
Not
you
no
do
gotcha
with shit
moment,
that don't
bro.
make no sense.
It ain't no
Ice ain't letting it go.
Nothing to do with his kids. Ain't claiming his kids even in death freeze. Please leave me alone right now. I'm telling people about how I carry people with kids.
I see what you're saying, but I also see how it's different. Like another
Mark Lamont Hill trying to play the middleman like the B mic, because Joe like, please, like even if we separate, please, like he's begging him, let him get this point out. This is why I've titled this video. Basically, whatever's going to be titled, I don't even know yet because I'm reacting to this now. I ain't hear the rest of this. I only heard the first like 30 seconds. It's like I got to come to the cave and discuss this. Joe right there from that, please freeze. that tell you everything you need to know right there. If this has happened before, he's talked about it. Like, stop stepping on my fucking points, bruh. Please. That was frustration that came out. And then hopefully Ice would have been smart enough to be like, you got it. Speak your piece. But Mark Lamont Hill didn't think he was going to be smart enough to do that, so he jumped in and like, let me cut Ice off before you say something, because he probably didn't look like he was going to let it go. And he tried to do it too. Now you got two people telling him like, they giving him that out.
Always be different when he try that shit.
Ain't no trying nothing, bro. What are you talking about?
Brian McKnight.
See? Ain't no trying nothing, bro. Ice did not back down. Now you got an issue. You didn't back down. Now I'm telling you, he untold you. You see everybody else is quiet and you still let it go because he don't want to look like the bad guy. Like, all right, you got me, Joe. I'm going to stop. What do you mean I ain't trying nothing? Joe has accused him of stepping on his point before, and Ice feels some way about it.
And Desiree Perez are not the same thing.
I didn't say they're the same.
Then why the fuck are we talking about Brian McKnight?
Yo, sometimes we don't even want that. Like, come on,
nigga, that's hilarious.
Go ahead, Mark.
I think that's hilarious. What do they have to do with what the fuck?
That's pent up, bro.
Doing nothing, Joe.
That's pent up frustration and rage.
Go ahead, Mark, please.
Freeze, I think you're right. I think we do talk about kids and I think you're right.
We do. That's all I'm saying.
Right. But I think it's important, though. So I think a better statement might be that it's certain kinds of conversations we have and certain kinds we don't. For me, one thing is it just about this person's business or does it advance a bigger story? Like, for example, the only reason Vanessa Bryant was interested in me today was because we had a whole conversation that was bigger, right? That was bigger than her. So that even after we knew the story wasn't true, it was still worth talking about. To me, Brian McKnight's story is worth talking about because of all the shit that comes with parenting and children. Also, he's on social media talking about his kids too, which is different than Dez, who's not on camera saying, "Hey, this thing happened to me." So I think that's different too. So for me, and the
Mark Lamont Hill showing why he got that B Mike title.
Dez story to me is only interesting if we're going to report on it.
I agree.
And I don't think that's what we do here. You know what I mean? So I do think there's a distinction.
But there is a conversation there how far are you willing to go to protect your child or to protect your children.
That's a good. Hey, you got to call it out because Flip usually don't input nothing good. They could take that angle on it if they wanted to. But that's where the respect to Jay-Z come in and like, yo, I'm letting that one go. That's what he say, like, is a certain respect because of Jay-Z, not because of her, though.
That's a conversation.
Yeah, we could have that conversation, but I'm saying I don't think it's. But the narrative on the internet is like y'all are running from that story. It's like, well, that's not a story that I think needs to be told. Me personally,
the narrative on the internet is anything Hov/Rock Nation related. We won't touch.
Hov got
and that's not true.
Yeah, right.
That's just not true.
That's not true.
But that's the narrative. They make it seem like we all up here, we claim Hovengers, we love Hov, et cetera, et cetera. So we're afraid of Hov. We can't say anything. That's it.
I'm unfamiliar with the story, but is the story like something that should not have, it's not meant for public consumption and just it got leaked or whatever?
No, it's on the news.
No, it's out.
I understand that, but
the daughter sued her. It's out.
Got it.
Yeah. I just don't think to me, it's not about the music business. It's not about black culture. It's just a story about this person who happens to be famous. If were she not famous, we'd have no interest in that story. That to me is why.
Well, to be fair, Mark, if were she not famous, she wouldn't have been able to do that and have like Secret Service motherfucker detail on her daughter and put secret wiretaps and cameras in the apartment. So that, to be fair, there's a lot of things we wouldn't care about if they weren't famous. You guys wouldn't talk about the people you talk about every day, every time we listen to your pod, if they weren't famous.
We don't talk about
particularly the only reason why people care about it is because she's affiliated with Rock Nation.
Yes, I'm sure that's a lot to say because she's not famous.
She's an exec somewhere.
That's it.
Like,
That's the only reason why they care.
Yeah,
right.
She's known. They say she a snitch working for Jay-Z, and Jay-Z got this. I'm a dope boy. I belong to the street things. Therefore, has to obey the street rules of not being associated with rats. So that's why it's bad. Otherwise, for no reason other than Jay-Z being... If Jay-Z was white, this wouldn't even be a question. That's crazy, right?
So all these conspiracy theories, y'all afraid as if like
it's not
Hov calls in and says, no, we're not talking about that. Right. It's bullshit. That's the part I hate sometimes just working here for a short period of time is I'm now being introduced to all the conspiracy theories about this show and all the stuff that people think we do and don't do. You know, all the people who call in and tell us what we can talk about, what we don't. Yeah. All the segments that get cut out that I never even knew happened.
I let Flip do that because I know how he fucks with the algorithm. Them narratives would die where they was birthed at.
That's what he's right. You correct.
Me. I would never respond to somebody that's saying, "Yo, you running from a nigga."
Now he's discussing academics.
Or the real ice answer is, so it's my show. If I want to not speak about it, I don't have to speak about it.
Oh, that's a terrible point. Oh, God. Both Ice and Ish are showing why they're not the B mics right here.
That would be an ice answer.
Yes, 100%.
Like, yo, dog,
you want to talk about it, go on your platform and talk about it.
I agree for you.
We reserve the right to say whatever, talk about what we want to or not talk about what we don't want to up here.
And to Flip's point, if I do have a relationship with you and there's some shit that's potentially disparate.
No, you don't say it's my show and do what I want to unless you know that you about to fire Ice. If he say that's an Ice better get ready for the unemployment line. Because you don't care about no morale of your employee or nothing.
Disparaging or could get you jammed up, I reserve the right not to talk about it.
That's the real world.
Right. And we're transparent about that.
That's the real world.
Yeah, I reserve the right not to talk about it is way different than it's my show. Hell no, that wouldn't fly.
That's the real world. Right? Go on, get off the internet, go outside. That's the real world right there.
Yeah.
Everybody got relationships. You hear something about somebody that you really fuck with, you might not talk about it.
True.
Or you might talk about it in your close circle, but y'all ain't online.
And
which I don't agree with. If something's a top news priority, if it's top 5 in hip hop, you need to be talking about it. Like, nah, you can't have those relationships. Otherwise, the bigger you get, it's almost like a win-lose. You get bigger and bigger and more known and invited to more events and you spread further and you meet new people, but you can't talk about those people because you know them now. Hell no, you can't have that as nah. It's like as a judge, you like, yeah, I can't trial or judge people that I've met before. And you ain't gonna, like, you can't be out there with the movers and the shakers because that's who's gonna be talked about.
And honestly, I just honestly don't really care about some of the stuff that the internet people are trying to spread about the Desiree lady.
Yeah.
Like some of that stuff that they think is real important, I don't care nothing about that. Like when I look at what's going, the people that I know, like in real life and love, sing that lady's praises. I never met her. Yeah. I do not.
Does it matter if she snitched on a cartel or a boyfriend or something? Like, they're not selling bricks. They're not selling kilos. They doing music business. Like, it's nothing to snitch on if the business is right. Like, it's stupid. Like, because she snitched on somebody before means she can't work at Chipotle because if Jay-Z owned it, like, Jay-Z should go to his Chipotle if she was the manager and be like, yeah, nah, can't have a snitch working for me in one of my Chipotle businesses. I don't care how big. He ain't doing a drug fucking deal with her. Maybe that's the point. Maybe he put it there because he know if anybody did something crazy that she was going to come tell him. You ever think of that? What the fuck you got to worry about her snitching past? Because he's a drug dealer.
And she's cool.
I've only known about what I read and the people that I love that love her. They say that lady turned water to wine.
But you know why they saying why they looking for somebody to have these conversations about her. It's a hip hop talk. If hip hop claim we don't fuck with informants, we don't fuck with rats, we don't fuck with snitches, we don't do all of these things, and we apply this to certain people, everybody's ready to ostracize Gunna when they accuse him of being a snitch, and we don't even really know. So now you turn around and see Rock Nation, and her shit is in black and white. So people are saying, yo, what side of the fence are y'all on with that?
Well, I'm not ever letting the internet help me form opinions. 1, 2, I'm always with redemption, retribution story.
Same
here. Okay. So when I picture Hove, it adds something to the Hove allure for me. I'm only speaking for me, that Emery is next to him.
Fact.
I don't know Emery to have a unpolluted past. Mm-hmm. It means something to me that Tata is next to him. Like the people that he surround himself with, Biggs, whoever the fuck is over there. That means something. And if the internet goes search, you're going to find some unscrupulous, what's the word? Unscrupulous things. Like, that's not how, everybody got to learn how they form opinions of people. you being next to somebody that may have been unscrupulous in the past, that don't just turn me all the way off from you, especially if there's a redemption story involved. So that's just for me.
Got it.
But I've never gotten a check from Desiree. I hear that you get them. I hear that you get them going though. So that's the other.
Take